na, coach. Kaka-start lang. Wait.
All right, I see it. Let us know, Rojan.
Okay. We're live, coach.
Okay, here we go. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We're glad that you're here again. This is our fourth session of the Get to Know the Aces. Today we have Jeron, Robbie, Yutien, and MJ to talk to you guys. So I hope everyone's preparing their questions. I think today is going to be a good conversation, a lot to talk about, especially now that the last dance is over. These guys are going to share a little bit of what they think. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Quick reminders, please tell your friends that we're on Facebook Live, Alaska Aces page. And then don't forget, after about 45 minutes, we will invite maybe 5 of you to join us here in our Zoom room so you guys can ask us questions, get to know the players a little bit better, okay? Sounds good. Coach Tony?
Just welcome again. Excited to learn more about some of the players. And for me personally, like I'm learning things obviously I didn't know, and I've been around these guys for a while. So just excited for another session of getting to know them and excited to share with our fans.
Nice. MJ? Quick hello. I can't hear you. Unmute.
Coach. Okay na, Coach?
Quick hello lang sa mga nanonood. Go.
Ay, sa mga fans ng Alaska, abangan nyo to. Excited yung pag-uusapan namin. And ayos to.
All right. Thank you, MJ. Utes?
Hello mga Alaska Aces fans. Sana mag-enjoy kayo ngayon para makilala nyo kami lalo.
All right. Robbie?
Hello, Alaska Aces fans. Just wanted to say thank you for tuning in, and I'm excited to share a little bit about myself. So thank you.
All right. How about you, JT?
Hi to all the Alaska fans. Hope everyone's doing well and have fun with us today, guys. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask us. Casual lang, so let's enjoy.
All right. Yeah, so again, quick reminders, everyone. We're going to have 5 of you join us in our Zoom meeting after about 45 minutes. So you guys can really be in the room with these guys to get to know them a little bit better. All right, let's start. Again, thank you for being here. We're going to go around the room just quickly, guys. Just to get a little taste of how we're going to run things. But again, a lot of these fans don't know, the reasons for certain things. And my first question is there a significance to the jersey number that you wear? So let's start with you, MJ.
Kung bakit ako number 25, kasi birthday yun ng dad ko eh. And ginamit ko yun kasi parang birthday niya ng October 25 tapos he passed away ng 30, Coach. Kaya napaka-importante yung ginagamit ko number since college yun, Coach.
Nice. That's really a deep meaning why you wear 25.
Yes, Coach.
Good to know. How about you, Robbie?
There's no significance right now with number 1. I got traded, and that was like the only number available. So that's what I took. But hopefully I can make something significant out of it with my journey here with Alaska.
Nice. You tried to wear 22, right? But they said no.
No, I didn't pick 22. What did I pick? I think I picked 6 or 9, one of the two.
6 or 9.
Also, no significance to those numbers.
Good to hear. How about you, Jeron?
I'm wearing number 10 because of my dad, because he's been the one who's guided me since the very start. Actually, when I first entered Alaska noong 2017, I really wanted to wear number 10. Pero during that time, it was Marian Magat. He was still with us. So I took number 12. Pero when Marian got traded, yun, I got number 10. Siyempre to honor my dad. And I just want to make him proud talaga from the very start kasi siya talaga yung naging role model for me. And I learned a lot from him talaga.
Right. I'm sure you're making him proud. Who is formerly my teammate also, in case anyone didn't know. I played with Jeron's dad.
Alaska.
Right. Why did you choose 12 before number 10?
Because number 12 was my jersey number back in high school.
In high school. Nice. All right. How about you, Utes?
Sa akin ko siya, walang ano ko siya, yung significance number yung 32. Dapat ko siya dapat talaga number 34 yung jersey ko, coach. Nung first conference ko dyan sa Alaska. Kaso, yun yung time na yung import data ko gusto yung number 34. So, nag-change na ako sa number 32.
32. Thanks. Always being a team player, Utes. Appreciate that. All right. Coach Tony?
Let's start with you, Utes. Since you just finished, go around quickly and tell us your favorite food or maybe a dish you like to cook.
For me, coach, favorite food ko, coach, kare-kare, coach. Yun ang pinaka-favorite food ko, kare-kare. Then siguro, coach, favorite na lutuin ko na food, coach, siguro ko siya yung pesto na pasta.
Nice. Wow. Jeron, what about you? Favorite either food or something you like to cook?
Yung mga easy to cook lang. Actually, I just started cooking so I started with mga canned goods. Pero my girlfriend taught me how to cook steak then, so I've been cooking steak regularly. Tapos pasta rin, white sauce.
Nice.
How do you like your steak? Do you like it medium well done?
Medium well, pero yung taba, I like it toast. Yung sobrang talaga, medyo sunog konti. Unhealthy.
Making me hungry, Jeron.
Robbie, how about you? Favorite food or something you like to cook?
You already said it.
I can't cook. I'm just not a good cook. But my favorite food is pizza. I mean, I know it's cliche, but any day of the week I could eat some pizza.
Favorite topping though for pizza?
I need sausage on there. And I need ranch. If there's ranch, then I can pretty much eat any kind of pizza.
Are you one of those people that believes that pineapple should not be on pizza, or you're cool with pineapple?
There's nothing wrong with pineapples on pizza.
I heard that's like a huge debate with people. It's like
it is, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty good.
MJ, last but not least, favorite food, favorite thing to cook?
Favorite ko, coach, adobong manok na may boiled egg tapos maraming sili. Tapos yung sabaw natutuyo-tuyo, sarap.
Nice.
Tapos coach,
the sauce, it's really good, yeah.
Tapos marami naman akong masarap lutuin, and favorite ko talaga yung may mga sauce, like may mga gata, ginataang gulay, tapos may shrimp or alimango or alimasag, sarap.
Bro, promote na yung kaldereta mo.
Like ulam namin kanina, coach. Kagaya ng ulam namin kanina, coach. Alimasag na may kalabasa na may sitaw. Pinaglutuan ko tatlo.
Sarap.
Pinagandaan ko yung meeting natin eh. Kasi baka matanong ako, magutom ako eh. Di ba, coach?
Sarap.
Yan, coach.
Okay. I won't share my favorite. I think I like to eat everything. So, all right, just okay. Let's go into a little bit more of a serious kind of, not serious, but a little bit more of things that we want to hear from you, your thoughts and your views. And the first question I'd like to ask everyone, and we'll start with Jeron. We'll start with you. Favorite storyline now that The Last Dance is done. Tapos na yung 10 episodes, 5 weeks. What was your favorite part, storyline, or whatever you want to share about The Last Dance?
For me, kasi growing up, I wasn't really an MJ fan kasi I didn't get to watch him because I was born 94.
Right.
I'm younger than these guys. So I didn't get to watch him growing up. So I just knew na how physically inclined, how he's really athletic. But during yung 10 episodes ng Last Dance, it showed me how mentally tough he is then also. Like everything, parang he always challenged just himself to
Right.
parang to raise the standards na parang this player is trash talking him, so he's gonna prove himself. It's always like that and it just shows na how, you know, not only physically but also mentally ano rin siya, like above everybody else, na he's very competitive kahit, you know, tune-up games, mga practice games, he always wants to win and yun, nadadala niya yun sa mga games So yun, grabe talaga yung mindset ni MJ.
Right. That really was how he was, no? So it wasn't something that, okay, every once in a while he'll bring out. Ganun talaga siya, no? That's one thing that to your point, that was consistent, no? So thanks, Jeron. How about you, Yutz?
Actually, Coach, hindi ko pa siya natatapos, Coach. Yung Last Dance, Coach. Isang episode pala yung napapanood ko, Coach. Yung kay Mike Jordan. Siguro yung Coach. Isa sa mga gusto ko dun yung pagiging competitiveness niya, Coach. Na pinupush niya talaga yung mga teammates niya na parang same level as yung kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin, Coach. Gusto niya palagi manalo. Kaya siguro ganun siya ka-competitive, Coach.
Right.
So, yun pala yung
No question about his competitiveness, no? No question. So, on and off the court yan, diba? Anything they do off the court, right?
Yes, Coach.
I forgot who said it. They said his life is, I think it was Horace Grant, one of those guys said that his whole life is one big competition. So, everything he does on and off the court, he's always competing, it seems like. Good job, Utes. MJ, ikaw.
Coach, sa amin, parehas lang kami ni Yutz na hindi pa namin natatapos Kasi last week, ayoko nung paputol-putol So, ngayon ko pa lang, isang araw ko pa lang inuumpisahan, Coach. Ang nagustuhan ko kasi, Coach, yung kwento ni Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
Kasi si Michael Jordan na talaga yan pagdating pa lang sa NBA napanood ko kasi yung The Last Dance. Pero nagustuhan ko yung kay Scottie Pippen na alam mo yun, kahit kasama niya si Michael Jordan, hindi siya maraming hinahanap kahit example sa sweldo pa lang, Coach, di ba? Pagko-compare mo. Pero star player din, second Michael Jordan na rin, Scottie Pippen Yun yung ko, Coach. Yun yung sa akin. Hindi niya talaga pinagko-compare yung sarili niya sa teammate niya na ganun. Basta kahit yung niya, basta maglaro lang siya kasi gusto niya gusto niyang manalo din and mag-champion din. Tsaka nagustuhan ko pa kay MJ, Coach, yung grabe yung disiplina, Coach. Kahit maraming nag-aaya sa kanya na go hang out and then yung mga drugs, talagang hindi siya pumunta dun sa way na hindi siya lumiko dun sa landas na gusto niya marating Yun, Coach.
Disiplina na, sobra.
Oo, Coach, grabe.
Yeah. How about you, Robbie?
For me, it goes back to his competitiveness. It's just I can't remember what game it was. Some guy who wasn't really that good or whatever said something to him like "Nice game, Jordan" or something. That's all he said to him. And I guess he ended up not even saying that. Jordan just kind of made that up to give himself fuel to come back the next game and give it to him. And it's like stuff like that. That whole part of him stood out to me because when I was younger and stuff, even to this day, but especially when I was younger, I was always super competitive. And even in like middle school, at recess and stuff, if I lost a game out there at recess, like it bothered me the whole day. I couldn't focus on my study.
Really?
I couldn't focus on homework. I just wanted to get back to recess the next day and make up for it. So it kind of reminded me of my days back when I was younger like that, how, he just couldn't stand it. Like it really bothered him. It affected like his day, you know, losing a match or something like that. And, you know, I felt the same way when I was younger, even today. So that whole aspect of him, especially how he had to make up, because he was so good and he was just so dominant that, you know, when you have to make up reasons to you know, find fuel, then you're on a whole different level. Like, you know, most of us, we can't, we could only wish to make up stuff. We actually have, you know, reality. For him, he had to really come up in his own head, like, stuff to make him come back the next day. So that part really stood out to me.
Right. That guy's name that you mentioned is LeBradford Smith, and that game he was just on fire. I mean, after that game he couldn't hit anything, but for that game, one game, and that's what they talked about. The storyline was about how any game, it could be anyone's night, right? You could have every player in the league will have one night that he's just unstoppable, and that was his game. And the thing about that was they played him back to back.
Yeah.
So that very next night,
he got it.
Jordan made sure that he scored like 37 points. Jordan made sure that he told the whole team that he's gonna score the 37 points in the first half the next night.
Yeah, he did it.
And then he actually scored 36, but yeah, close enough.
But I think they said in the documentary that LeBradford didn't even say anything to him.
He didn't.
He didn't even
Yeah,
say
he kind
that.
of created that. Yeah.
He just made that up to, you know, and then that part stuck out to me. So yeah.
Crazy. How about you, Coach Tony? What'd you get out of it?
Just his competitiveness. I think as a Laker fan though, I'm more like, I can't wait for something to come out on Kobe but you know, I hated Michael Jordan growing up because he would kill the Lakers, you know? And so I respect who he was and what he did, but he would kill the Lakers all the time. So, but just to see all these cool stories, I think the coolest thing that, I don't know if you guys know this, you guys are obviously younger, but Scott Burrell was a huge part of this documentary. And if you guys don't know, Scott Burrell was an import here in the Philippines. He played for Red Bull. And so like, I get super excited seeing all these guys that played in the Philippines. And so I would sit there and watch with my girlfriend. I'll go, oh, that guy played in the Philippines, or that guy played, you know, Dickie Simpkins was on Alaska. Just different guys that you see like throughout, and you'll say, oh, I remember that guy. And I think, I mean, I don't look at this in a proud way, but I guess I do. We played Scott Burrell out of town when I was on Shell. You know, of course, I was the one tasked to guard him, and he only scored like 13 points. But I think he only scored 13 points because he was out of town. It was his first game. He didn't know, you know, it was hot. But to this day, I'll say, man, I held that guy to 13 points. But it's so cool to see that he was such a huge part of what the Bulls were about, and Michael Jordan talking about him. So super proud to say that guy came here and played.
Right. Yeah, that reminds me though, if you guys don't know, Dickie Simpkins did play for Alaska. I think it was in 2005. So you see him in many clips when you're watching the documentary. You know, he didn't get to play much for the Bulls. You know, he was really riding the bench a lot, but really good guy, learned a lot, came to Alaska and knew the triangle. He helped us kind of get better with the triangle because of, you know, his knowledge. But one thing I'd like to mention about what I got out of it, and it's a little bit on the lines of what Robbie was saying. One thing that you cannot take away from MJ and what was really remarkable was the fact that he always created tension. He always created motivation. And like we just talked about, sometimes he's just making it up. You know, this guy said this guy said that. So the next day he's motivating himself. But if you listen to him talk, there's always something that he's using to motivate himself and motivate the team. You know, when they played Phoenix in '92, I think in the finals, he was upset that Barkley got the MVP. Same thing when they played Utah in '97. He was upset that Karl Malone got the MVP, and he used that to motivate him. And you know, he didn't say that they didn't deserve it. He acknowledged the fact that they deserved it. But little things like that. And then one more is when they were playing Seattle in the finals. was at that was in '96, I think, and he went to dinner, and then that night, that same restaurant, he saw George Karl before the series start. So George Karl is also from North Carolina, so he knew George Karl, and he was upset that George Karl never said hi to him the whole night while they were having dinner. Not even a wave, not even, good luck tomorrow, good luck in it, nothing. So he kind of ignored him. And just the fact that, he felt ignored, he used it to kind of motivate himself. So that's pretty remarkable. That's one thing I really got out of that. That was truly amazing. So good stuff, guys. Coach Tony?
Speaking so with what with what Robbie's saying about he's thinking about recess when he was a kid. Tell us about a memorable moment in basketball in your career. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the PBA. It could be like when you were in elementary school. It could be when you were in high school, college. But something that really sticks out in your mind as a great memory. So why don't we start with Utes?
For me, coach, unforgettable moments ko during nung college, coach. I think nung 2013, yun yung time na yun yung year yung pala yung year na nag-champion yung Lasal no, coach. Even though na hindi ako naka-line up no, kasi nung year kasi na yung coach, yun yung time na ACL ako, coach eh. So sobrang gustong-gusto ko talaga mapasama doon sa lineup eh. Kaso injury yung nangyari. Happy ako na yung year na yung coach nakuha namin yung championship noon. Kasama ko si Jeron yung year na yung coach, yung nag-champion kami sa Lasal.
Nice. Good. MJ, ikaw.
Pang champion dito. Coach, ano sa akin yung sa college, coach, sa Lyceum, coach, nandun ako nung wala kaming panalo. Tapos yung hanggang sa pag-angat ng Lyceum, nandun din ako, coach. Yung nag-finals kami, na-sweep namin yung 18-0. And yun lang, hindi kami nag-champion. Pero feeling ko, champion na ako, coach, kahit di kami nag-champion. Kasi champion na sa akin yung inikutan kong circle eh. Like yung mga kasama ko nung simula nung paghihirap namin, struggle, hanggang sa maabot namin yung makarating ng finals. Which is, Final Four nga, coach, okay na kami. Hindi namin nakalain na mag-18-0 kami. Okay na kami dun. So, tingin ko yun yung unforgettable moment na sa akin na the best, coach. Sobrang the best. Kasi, hindi lang after ng basketball, talagang pati yung sa life namin, napapag-usapan namin yung about yung kilala namin talaga yung isa't isa sa amin na kahit ilang taong pa lumipas na sigurado ako na andyan pa rin sila para sa akin. Yun yung champion ko sa buhay na kahit di ako nag-champion sa Lyceum, yun yung champion ko sa kanila, coach.
Nice. That's really deep. Thank you.
Yes, coach.
Robbie, memorable moment basketball for you.
This might be a weird one, but because there's obviously like the championships and stuff like that are memorable or like game-winning shots. But for me, it was when I played in college. I played against St. Mary's of Moraga, and that's a team with, I don't know if you guys remember, like Matthew Dellavedova and stuff like that. And my matchup was actually Matthew Dellavedova or Deli, and I was excited or whatever. I knew who he was, but when I got to the court and like in warmups and stuff, he wasn't like, I felt like, I was going to be able to like dominate him because he wasn't that big or anything like that. And he had me fouled out in the first like 4 minutes of the game. So it was like, I was super excited. I started that game and it was like crazy. I just kept thinking like, how did this guy foul me out in 5 minutes? And what he would do is like, he would just, and I never, in high school players don't do this, so I wasn't used to it. It was my freshman year in college. And he would just like an inbounds play, he would just grab my arm and make it look like, I was the one fouling him. And the ref blew it, called it. And before I knew it, I was out the game. And I was like, wow, like I've never experienced anything like that. And it stuck with me because I was thinking too, like, and I watched him play and, he wasn't that crazy to guard. Like it wasn't that hard to guard him. It wasn't nothing out of this world. But yet, couple years down the road, I'm watching the NBA Finals, and he's in there throwing alley-oops to LeBron James. And I'm like, it had me really thinking. I was like, how? How did this guy, Matthew Dellavedova, I'm taller than him. He's not that big. He's not that fast. Nothing crazy about his game really, but yet he's throwing alley-oops to LeBron James in the NBA Finals. And I just, it's crazy to me to think to think about that. So I always thought I tell my little cousins or whatever, anything's possible. It doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter how athletic you are, how talented you are. You can make it happen. And I always use Matthew Dellavedova as an example. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a good basketball. He's great, but I'm saying, compared to the Damian Lillards or the I don't know, those guys, he's not on their level, but he's there. He's there in the NBA and he's doing it. So that part always stuck out to me because, it's different watching people play on TV opposed to actually matching up against them in real life and really seeing how they feel, how they are out there. And, so that's what stuck out to me.
Reminds me of in The Last Dance, where I don't know if you saw that part where Steve Kerr talks about how he talked to John Paxson. And he's like, how do you survive in this league? And those guys like Dellavedova, he's not gonna be a 28-point game, and every night. He's gonna be a specialist in something. So it's really cool to see that these guys I got to be the smartest guy out here. I got to be the best shooter. I got to be the best passer. I got to be a specialist. And I think it's the same way in the PBA. You want to last long, it's like you can do a little bit of everything, but what if you're really great at two things? So just really good insight right there. Yeah. Jeron, ikaw.
For me, coach, also the same with Yutien, the 2013 championship. Kasi that was my first championship with LaSalle. Tapos that year it was crazy because we played against UST, against my brother in the final. So it was exciting time for us, for our family, kasi medyo separated talaga, even our friends. And I remember me and my brother during the finals when we'd have dinner, we wouldn't talk to each other. Kasi we really wanted to win the championship for ourselves. Kasi it was his last year and he wanted to win a championship for USC. It was my second year, but I also wanted to prove myself and win a championship with the team. So it was really crazy time. But I think that year it tested our brotherhood ng brother ko. I think because of that we got closer to each other. After that, even after winning, I felt bad for my brother. I even cried. Kasi parang I was with him during his college years, yung journey niya in college years. I watched him his first few years when I was still in high school. So parang I felt bad for him. Pero yeah, sabi ni MJ ni Ayay na parang because of the championship, parang we were bonded. Diba in Last Dance, they said na they'd always be bonded by a championship. So yun, naging close din kami ni Yutien. We're super close, and the rest of the guys, kasi we feel like we're part of something na larger than us, na winning a championship, and it's always gonna be there, right? In the future, you always look back to it, and there's so many good thoughts about it, memories. And for me, siguro PBA, the most memorable one is when we lost against kila Robbie nung final sa Magnolia. Parang we were so close, pero unfinished business. So parang there's parang yung chip on the shoulder na you always want to go back there in the finals and finish it. Parang, diba? Syempre, we all know winning a championship is really life-changing. And yeah, gusto ko lang maging PBA champion kasi it's really different when you're a champion.
Nice. Coach Jeff, ikaw, how about you in your long career?
To be honest, I mean, now that I had so many years to reflect on my career, I've been retired for 10, so you get the chance to think about your career, but there's so many good moments, so many memories on and off the court. So, you think about the stuff that you do, on the court, but what's just as amazing is the time together in the locker room, in the weight room, when we go out of town, when we're in a bus. So I'd say those moments are the ones that are special to me, the ones I don't forget. You know, the game stuff, you remember that because it's memorable because you lost. It's memorable because you won. So, but what I value, what I think about a lot is just those times that, you know, we're hanging out, or we go get drinks after games, or, you know, we're in a bus and we're just kind of talking and chopping it up, making fun of each other. So all that stuff. How about you?
I mean, I agree. I think it's funny because you'll sit there and you'll think about what it is to be an athlete. And I think outside looking in, a lot of people want to be an athlete. They're like, oh, what a great life. But they don't know, like, every single day of getting up when you're tired, when you have a 2-a-day, like all your friends are going out or doing something and, you know, they're on vacation or but to be an athlete really means what's that sacrifice? And that's what I really miss about it is at the end of the day, you've put in a long day of working out, of practice, of watching video, whatever, and then you can't even keep your eyes open. And then you got to do it all over tomorrow. I think that's the biggest reward right there is the daily grind of being an athlete is, I mean, I don't miss it anymore because I'm old, but that was the funnest part was that every single day and you're and like everyone's saying, you're bonded with people. You know, you went through a losing season. No one could ever take that away from you. You won a championship. It's like, now I won a championship with that guy. And I'll see people and I'll be like, he was my teammate. That guy was my teammate. So we're bonded. So
Right. Pretty amazing. Good stuff, guys. I'm sure a lot of our fans are appreciating and loving the stuff that you're talking about. So we're kind of halfway through our questions. Let me give a couple of shout outs to people watching. Hello to Cindy Sobrio. Claire Hondo, Maverick Morales, sino pa nandito? Hello to Roland Onilongo, okay, I won't try to say that again. Yeah, so again, after about maybe 30 more minutes, we're gonna ask a few of you to come join us in the Zoom meeting. So please stay tuned. Let us know if you're interested in joining. We'd love to have you on board. Let's continue, guys. The conversation has been great. You guys have been giving us good stuff, good insight. You know, we've been talking about championships. So Jeron just mentioned it, how a championship can change your life and how special that is. And it really is true. Now putting on your Alaska hat, give me one aspect or one value that you think a championship team needs to have. So, you know, we talk about stuff all the time, guys. So, you know, it's not like it's mysterious or it's hard to discuss, but give me one thing, one aspect. I'm sure there's amongst a lot, so you guys know what it takes to win a championship. But one aspect or value that you think a team needs to have for you to be champion. So let's start with MJ.
For me, coach, sa akin, siguro, first, syempre, magkakaiba tayo ng ugali, di ba? First sa akin, yung ego natin, bawat isa, sabit natin. And help each other on and off the court. And do your role na alam mo na makakatulong sa team kung paano tayo mag-champion. Very important yon. And then, siguro sa akin yung commitment, coach.
Right.
Very important.
All good stuff. Good job, MJ. Ego was the first one he said. I like that. How about you, Utes? You can't repeat it too. You can't repeat what the other guys have said.
For me, coach, sa mga kailangan siguro, coach, to be a championship, to get the championship, coach. Feel ko, coach, kailangan coach. Maging coach, mental toughness, coach. Yung kailangan maging malakas yung mental toughness natin kasi coach yun yung isa sa mga feel ko sa mga key to get the championship. Kasi coach, pag mahina yung mental toughness natin, coach, para bang madali tayong susuko, coach. Para bang madali tayong mag-quit. Instead na siguro kung malakas yung mental toughness natin, coach. Kahit na kung ano man yung obstacles sa'yo, kung ano man yung circumstances na yan, coach, kaya natin siguro i-overcome.
Right. Nice, Utes. mean, just going back to the Last Dance again, guys. They summed it up kind of quickly on every championship. But if you think about it, every championship had a different challenge. Every championship had different issues and problems along the way, and I guess a big part of them overcoming was that mental toughness that Yutien was talking about. How about you, Jeron?
For me, coach, always keeping your focus towards the goal. Like what you said, coach, like we have our own lives, we have our own problems, we face a lot of adversities. Pero at the end of the day, when we step inside the court, our focus should be there. And as professionals,
Right.
we always have to give our 100% when we're inside the court. Like shown in Last Dance, diba? Like si MJ, he lost his father, Steve Kerr. Tapos may mga stories pa about Dennis Rodman.
Right.
Like for me, just control the controllables. Like you, that's what you have to always focus on. You're towards the goal. So kahit may sakit ka pa, like yung flu game ni Jordan, you're expected to really play to really to give your best talaga. And for me kasi when you love what you do, mag-reciprocate siya. So lahat ng sacrifices mo would all be worth it. And like what I said, yung championship talaga life-changing yan. And yun yung outlet natin as basketball players. Like we have our own problems, but when we're inside the court, we play the sport that we love, and syempre our goal natin is to win the championship.
Good insight. How about you, Robbie?
For me, I think chemistry and trust. I feel like if a team has the chemistry, but most importantly, if they all trust each other, from the coaches to all the players on the court and off the court, good things happen. Just that trust and that camaraderie amongst the team and the players I feel like is really important to a team's success. You can have, a team can have all the talented guys in the world, but if they don't trust each other, and because I've been on teams like that, I've been on teams that are just stacked with talent, but they weren't close, they didn't care about each other, and on the court it showed. It was just sloppy out there and hardly won. But when you're on a team, I've been on teams with not superstar players, not loaded, but we all trusted each other, and we won. And I think that's the most important thing on a team is the chemistry and the trust amongst players and coaches. Like you said, in the Last Dance, they always in the championships, they always had a different problem. But I think if they didn't, but Michael Jordan and them, they all trusted each other and they all knew they could rely on each other no matter what. And I feel like that's why they ended up winning anyways. Like when Dennis Rodman, did what he did, which was pretty crazy, doing a WWE match in the finals. But you can tell if you really watched closely in the documentary, you can kind of tell that it didn't really bother Michael Jordan or Scotty that Dennis was out there doing that, because they knew that.
Right.
I mean, most people would be pissed and flip out that they're one of their best players and someone they really relied on was out, missed the practice and did a WWE match, but they had so much trust in Dennis that it didn't really bother them or affect them, and they just said, all right, we'll see you at the game then. And what did he do? He went crazy that game, had like 30 rebounds or whatever, and so I just feel like that trust and that camaraderie is super important for a team's success.
I 100% agree. Good stuff. How about you, Coach Tony?
I think of a word that hasn't been said yet. I mean, I like what everyone's saying, but I think the other word is respect. Like, you got to respect everyone on your team. We keep talking about Last Dance, but the other thing that stood out to me was, you notice how respect was a huge thing to Michael Jordan and to NBA players. Like, there's a part where they beat Indiana, and then him and Larry Bird shake hands, in the tunnel, and he cusses at him, but they're like smiling. Yeah. There's respect there. Larry Bird respects Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan respects. Or that other time when they won in Utah and Karl Malone gets on the bus just to shake Michael Jordan's hand. Like, imagine talking about like respect right there. He could have easily called him. But I think it comes down to respect. Like if I'm going to respect my teammates and this is how they, earn for their families, this is how I earn for my families. How am I going to work every day, respect the game, respect my teammate, respect the coaches, respect the official, whatever. It comes down to, I think, putting in that time with the respect.
Right. So what I've heard was egos and trust and respect and chemistry and mental toughness, right? So what's pretty amazing about that, guys, if you really think about it, what's amazing about that is the things that you guys mentioned are things beyond the fact that, oh, we got to work hard, we got to lift weights, we got to do extra shooting. I think what's nice is I think we know that that's already part of our everyday, right? Kasama na yun. Our work ethic is unquestionable. We have to put in the work, we have to go hard every day, we have to do extra. Diba? Kasama yun. So that's not different from what the other teams are doing, right? So there's teams out there, maybe there's a couple of teams that don't really practice, but there's teams out there who work just as hard as us. So that the thought there is, what's the difference between us and those teams, right? And the difference I'm bringing out now is all the stuff that you guys said. So it's awesome hearing it from you. It's pretty awesome that you guys are sharing these thoughts, because it's really how we go about things. And I think I said this in an interview the other day. We really are on the right path in regards to how we're doing things. I think because of the fact that guys are understanding what needs to be done. The mental part, the stuff that you guys just mentioned, all there, that's got to be continuously building and getting better and improving. But just the fact that you're acknowledging it is already a big deal. So yeah, man, good job, guys. Really appreciate you. Coach Tony?
So let's shift a little bit. We've been in ECQ now, it seems like, for 20 years. I don't think we haven't been outside. So I'm sure everyone has had time to reflect. And I want to know, what's your biggest learning so far in ECQ? What have you really reflected upon? And it could be about basketball, it could be about life, it could be about something silly you saw on Netflix or whatever, but what deep thought or deep reflection have you thought about in this time in ECQ? Let's start with MJ. Ikaw muna.
Coach, sa akin, na-realize ko habang tumatagal yung pag-stay ko sa home, Coach, na-realize ko na hindi lang pala ako pwedeng makatulong sa mga tao na about sa financial. Pwede rin pala akong, kahit hindi involve yung money, pwede rin pala akong makatulong dun sa ibang tao na like yung simple na pag-uusap mo, tatawagan mo siya, kamustahin mo, and then syempre yung ibang tao nahirapan na parang ang tagal, sobrang tagal, naiinip. So parang nagbibigay ako ng konting motivation. Yun yung na-realize ko na hindi lang pala ako pwedeng makatulong. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi lang pala ako pwedeng makatulong na may involved na money. Pwede rin pala akong makatulong sa ibang tao na which is wala namang money. And then natutunan ko, Coach, yung alam ko kasi tatagal pa to, Coach. Sabi ko, natutunan ko sa sarili ko na mas lalo pang humaba yung pasensya ko. Lalo na sa bahay, Coach. Kasi siyempre, kayo magkakasama. Hindi naman kayo sanay na everyday wala kayong labasan, kayo. Siyempre, hindi naman pwedeng yung nangyayari ngayon, mangyayari ulit bukas. Siyempre, iba-iba yung takbo ng isip natin, yung utak natin, di ba? Marami rin tayong iniisip, hindi lang family natin, yung sa trabaho rin natin, di ba? Parang minsan nagkakapikunan. Yung pasensya talaga, hindi mo maiwasan ng magkapikunan sa bahay. Di ba, Coach? Yung pasensya. Yun lang, Coach. Yun lang.
Nice. Really deep. Good. Yutien, ikaw. Biggest reflection.
Siguro, Coach, biggest reflection ko is itong ECQ siguro, Coach. Parang hindi naman natin control, Coach, yung nangyayari ngayong ECQ, Coach. Kasi ngayon nagkaroon ng virus. So, siguro kailangan makontrol lang siguro natin, coach, yung sarili nating buhay, coach, na kailangan meron tayong disiplina na pag-stay sa bahay para hindi tayo mahawaan ng virus nga. Then hindi rin tayo, imbis na makatulong tayo sa para ma-flatten the curve nga. So kailangan at least siguro magkaroon tayo ng disiplina na mag-stay muna tayo sa bahay para lalong hindi kumalat. Para bang para bang madaling masukpo yung malimit yung kumakalat na virus. Ayan. Saka siguro niya pasensya rin siguro, coach. Siyempre, alam ko naman lahat tayo ngayon first time siguro nangyari sa atin to na buong araw nakastay lang tayo sa bahay, which is siyempre mahirap para sa atin. Sanay kasi tayo na pag sa umaga papuntang practice, then after uwi. So para bang nakapanibago tong nangyayari sa atin.
Nice. Really deep answers. Good. Robbie, you've been reflecting on the last weeks.
Something that I realized during the quarantine is that I can grow a pretty serious beard. No, besides that,
that is pretty serious, though.
A pretty serious
that's
beard.
that's looking pretty good.
No, but in seriousness, quarantine has kind of helped me reel back and put things into perspective, which I'm sure it has for everybody else. But it's kind of slowed my life, not kind of, but has really slowed my life down. We're used to just waking up, going to practice, and then all that every day, all day. But now it's like there's nothing to do. So it's put into perspective for me, like what's really important. And I've been able to realize, like, that what I'm doing right now, which is being a professional basketball player and playing basketball, it's helped me realize like that is what I want to do. And I'm grateful to be able to do that. And it's something I want to continue to do. Sitting back home, doing nothing and just feeling that anxiety to just go play basketball, go shoot a layup, dribble a ball and see coaches, teammates at practice has really put into perspective that, I love what I do and I miss it. And, sometimes you take that for granted. Going to practice, you're kind of like, damn, I got to go to practice today. Don't want to do it. Don't want to be here right now. But, that's going to happen regardless of a quarantine or not. But being in the quarantine, it puts it into a bigger picture that, at the end of the day, there's going to be days where I don't want to practice. There's going to be days, I don't feel like doing this, but it's what I want to do in period. This is what I want to do. And I'm grateful to be doing it and I'm blessed to be doing it. So it's just kind of, I can't wait to get back, to be honest. And I can't wait for Jeron to foul the shit out of me at practice. And, but I just can't wait for that. Just put it in perspective. So basically that's it.
I don't follow you, bro.
Jeron, what brings us to you? What's your biggest reflection?
For me, coach, this pandemic is teaching us humility. Like, we're all vulnerable with this virus, no matter what you do for a living or like your status in life. This small virus, we're all vulnerable. So, and parang it's teaching us that we're all connected. Na as human beings, that we're connected. Na the betterment of one person affects the betterment of everybody. Like if one person stays at home and i-contain talaga yung virus, diba? It will help everybody. So what you do in life affects everybody around you. So it just shows now we're all connected. And like what Robbie said, enjoying the little things. Kasi I remember back sa normal lives, sometimes when you face pressure, like we forget to enjoy the little things. Like right now, sobrang na-appreciate ko yung namimiss ko mag-drive or like to go out, to have dinner, like eat out, like to watch movies. Like sometimes you take those for granted. And parang it's now it's helping me to realize to be grateful in our life, like enjoying the little things and to be grateful and just to feel blessed para to remember na we're really blessed and be grateful of our lives.
Nice, really good answers, everyone, man. It's just, and we've asked this question to all our players, and again, everyone has these great insights, and I just hope at the end of the day, like when this is all said and done, we'll look back at this and go, remember when we were in this moment? Like you know, because imagine that you're going to complain in so many months or so many, and sometime you're going to complain about how tired you are at practice, or man, we got to watch video again, or we got to, you know, but maybe it's going to change now because everyone will be like, man, I'll do this all the time instead of being stuck at home. So good insights. Coach Jeff.
Awesome, man. Real good answers. I really like just how deep you guys are responding. I think that the fans are really getting a taste of who you are, and really awesome. Just want to say a quick hello to a few people watching us on Facebook. Hi, Diane. Diane is from our office. She's watching us today. A quick shout out to Cram Aleta. Youth, humingi siya ng Alaska merch. So nothing specific. She just said Alaska merch. Hi to my heart and soul, RJ and Chris. How are you? Celeste June, Heidi Norman, and May Ferrer. Kamusta kayo lahat dyan? Thank you all for watching us. I hope you're learning and you know, a little bit of what these guys are, how these guys think, and how they are a little bit, and their perspective on things. Okay, so right now, as we're waiting, we're gonna have a few of our friends come join us. So Rojan, when you're ready, please allow our friends to join us here, ready with their questions, so they can learn more about the Aces. All right. I see Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Coach. I'm wearing the Alaska Championship shirt.
You are awesome. Nice. Love that. Sino pa nandito? Nino Salon. I don't see a name for the other one. Is there a name? Jeff Esguerra is here. Mark Francis De Vera and Galaxy J6. All right, this is how we'll do it, guys. First of all, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're so happy that you're here. Let's kindly have everyone on mute, and then I'll just call you, you know, when it's your turn, so we can kind of get this going. But again, we welcome you and we thank you for being here. Since Andrew, you're the first one that popped open, we said hello to. How about we start with you? Where are you from? And then your question for anyone in the room. Sorry, unmute your Zoom, please. There you go. Go ahead, Andrew, all yours.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm from Davao.
Davao, wow.
Yeah, I've been following the Alaska Aces for the past like 25 years of my life. I've been a big fan, especially when you go here in Davao for out-of-town games.
Yeah.
I just have a question for is this for everyone, Coach, or do I have to pick a specific player?
You can pick a couple guys. Yeah, so that we will all get a turn. So feel free. Go ahead.
I just want to ask Jeron. We all know that in LaSalle you're their guy. You got lots of touches when you were with them. How difficult was it, the transition going from college to being a pro? Considering there were many stars when you entered the Alaska. There was Calvin, Chris, Vic. So how was the transition?
Syempre from college to PBA, there's really a big difference. Syempre PBA, we're all professionals. Everybody can play already. So, you know, like yung touches, syempre, diba? Like, actually, yung PBA, when I entered PBA, it taught me how to play off the ball. And, you know, doing my best to contribute even without touching the ball. Like, yun, I try to practice, you know, being more aggressive, getting rebounds, and nag-focus din ako to improve on my defense. So, there's a lot of things that you can do in the court, even without touching the ball. So, yun yung winner con ko. And, syempre, as a team, we know that if we really wanna achieve something, if we really wanna get to our goal, we all have to play together, and that yung team chemistry should really be there. So yeah, I hope it answers your question.
All right. Thanks for your question, Andrew.
Thanks for the question.
Good question. Okay, let's go to Galaxy J6. Where are you from, and your question for anyone in the room?
Thank you, coach, for having me here. Can you hear me, coach? Hello,
What's
coach.
that?
Can you
Sorry.
hear me? Can you
Yeah,
hear me,
we
coach?
can. Go ahead.
Okay.
go
Yes. My name is John, and I'm from Iloilo City, and I'm currently based in Dubai. I'm working here actually. Unfortunately, I'm actually on a unpaid leave because of this COVID-19. So I just have a question, coach,
Yeah.
for Jeron. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Yes. I know that Coach Jeff is going to be putting you as one of the leaders of the team. So what is like for you? Like, what are the aspects of the games that you need to improve to be to be a leader of the team uh, when you play the game?
Well, for me, I think I just wanna try to pass on what I've learned from my other teammates. Kasi yung team namin ngayon, medyo we have a lot of new faces eh. So parang I just wanna pass on what I've learned from my previous teammates, yung first 2 years ko, na yung mga veterans, what I've learned from them, I try to pass it on to the newer guys, especially the rookies, para syempre to guide them from the transition from the college to the PBA. And of course, para we're all in sync now, our goal is the same, and that is to win a championship. And yun lang. And for me naman, feeling ko like, we're all expected to be leaders of the team. Na syempre, all our actions should be towards on winning a championship. So yun lang, to be good role models to each other and to support and guide yung teammates mo when they need it. Just be there for them, and yun lang. Thank you for the question.
If I may quickly add, John, first of all, that's a good question. If I may quickly just mention, just, there's a certain level of leadership I think we expect from actually all the players. We want them believing and thinking and acting each and every day that this is their team, and it really is their team. And we expect everyone to carry a form of leadership that's comfortable for them. So we want to look at it where we have 16 guys who are all leaders on the court. Obviously, John, some guys will play more. Some guys are the acknowledged leaders. But again, what everyone brings to the table is really what's the most important now. So just wanted to mention that. Good question though, John. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna just go with who's next here. Jeff Esgara, welcome. What's your question? And sorry, where are you from? And your question, please. Did Jeff hear me? All right, he might be having technical difficulties. So let's go with Emil. Emil, you've been on here before, right?
I'm coach.
Yeah. Welcome. Sige lang,
Thank
go.
you.
Where are you from again? And then your question.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I am from Dubai.
That's right,
And
Dubai.
yeah.
When we go there, we expect you to host us, okay?
Yes, no worries. Been lucky to have a second part of the second batch of the avid fans of Alaska. Been a fan of Alaska since 1986, though. I was really young that time. And this question, you can answer it, all of you. I just wanted to ask because, yeah, especially on the social media, sometimes we fans, we tend to have some trash talks also to some fans if they're going to hit you below the belt, some of the nasty words. I'm just gonna ask, how do you handle these bashers? Any one of you can answer that one?
Okay, let's go. How do you handle just bashers on
Yeah.
social media in general, or maybe specifically towards Alaska? We'll start with MJ.
Sa akin, idol, especially yung na-realize mo, coach, yung layup ko nung
Yes.
kalaban natin ng Token Tex.
Ah,
Panood nyo ba yun? Idol,
Oo.
Emil?
Yeah. Sigaw ako ng sigaw, no, kasi unang talo dapat ng talk and text yun eh. And then you were
yes.
down and then suddenly umangat yung laro ng team.
Yeah.
Oo. Paano ko na-handle yun? Siguro, hindi ko naman, nakikita ko yung mga message sa akin na masasama, pero hindi ko naman sila kontrolado eh. Kung anong iniisip nila na masama sa akin eh. Kung papatulan ko sila, wala rin naman mangyayari sa akin, di ba? Kumbaga, pinapabayaan ko na lang. And doon sila masaya, supportahan ko. Yun lang.
Paulit-ulit nga sinasabi sa mga social media na mayroong board, may board eh. Talagang niluwa lang, breaks of the game lang talaga yun eh.
Pero kung sumat naman yun, di naman nila masasabi yun.
Definitely.
At hindi na maulit yun, syempre.
At least you've learned from that one.
Thank you.
Ako
Thank
naman, in the defense of MJ, Emil, if you saw where he penetrated to the basket, nakita mo yung angulo niya, no?
Yeah.
Normally when you're on the side of the backboard and you're at that angle, normally you don't look to use the board in that case. So we've seen MJ make that 9 out of 10 times. Malas lang that one time. Doon pa nangyari sa Inares ba yun?
Oo. At maganda na, naiwan niya yata si KJ eh. Kung di ako nagkakamali.
Yeah. Not a problem. Okay, how about you, Yutz? How do you handle bashers on social media?
For me, coach, sa akin, coach, hindi ko naman parang hindi ko lang sila pinapansin. Hindi ko lang pinapansin kung ano man yung sabihin niya. Kasi coach, feel ko pagka papatulang ko pa kung ano man sasabihin nila. Para bang, for me, parang magiging masama pa ba? Parang talo ka, tapos pikon ka pang gano'n. Parang hayaan ko na lang na huwag ko na lang pansinin ko naman yung sinasabi nila, coach.
Right. Tama you. Robbie, how about you?
For me, I don't try to let it get to my head too much. I don't really try to think about it, but it's inevitable. They'll always kind of creep back into the back of your head. So when that does happen, it just always motivates and fuels me. Even if I'm just lifting by myself or working out, it flashes in the back of my head sometimes, and it gives me that extra push. So at the end of the day, I think, especially for players, I could probably speak for Utes and MJ and Jeron, it probably motivates all of us. So at the end of the day, all the trash talk and whatever is actually making us better at the end of the day. So, it's not necessarily always a bad thing. It can fuel you and motivate you to do and push yourself that extra mile.
Wow.
Right. Absolutely. Use it to motivate you. And Jeron.
Idol, for me, sa akin, yun, di ko rin pinapa-affect yung sinasabi ng mga ibang tao eh. Dahil, for me, di ba, like, it's part of our jobs eh, na nakikita kami manood. So, parang open talaga kami sa criticism sa mga tao. And, yun, parang we just use it as a motivation for us to play better. Pero, ako, personally, di ko pinapa-affect yun na parang mawalan ako ng confidence or what. Kasi, walang positive mangyayari if mawalan ka ng confidence eh. So what you do is you use that motivation to even work harder. na in preparation for the next games. And yun lang. And for me, just surround yourself with the right people na syempre yun yung mas makaka-affect kayo dun sa mga tao ng mga close mo na naninira sa'yo. So just surround yourself with right people and yun lang, use it as motivation. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Coach Tony, you want to add anything?
I agree with Jeron 100%. It's part of the job. Like there's going to be it's so easy to sit behind a computer or a phone and criticize. As being a sports fan, I have my favorite teams. Of course, if they're not winning or something, I'm going to be critical of them. I'm not going to type it or anything, but everyone's going to have a critique about what you do and how you do it. At the end of the day, we're in this position. We just have to, if someone's going to criticize you and say that you're not a good basketball player, you made the wrong decision, that's their opinion, and you just got to keep going. But it's definitely part of the job.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Emil. Thanks for your question.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, thank you,
Okay.
Coach.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, let's go. Jeff, are you ready now? Ganda pa ng pangalan mo. Hindi ka ready kanina.
Naka-mute.
Jeff Esguerra, where are you from and your question? There it is. We can't hear you.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Hi, Jeff. You there?
Hello, Coach. Dinig na po.
Okay. Hi, Jeff. Where are you from and your question, please?
Coach, I'm from Manila. Ano lang po, wala po akong question. So, gusto ko lang pong mag-share about about how grateful I am na maging fan ng Alaska.
Okay. Go ahead. Thank you.
Nagsimula po yan kasi, Coach, simula nung 1996, bali. Sinasama ako nung tatay ko na manood sa Cuneta Astrodome pa noon kadalasan. Yung una ko sinama ng tatay ko noon, championship ng Pure Foods in Alaska.
Okay.
Yan. Halos araw-araw po, halos nanonood kami kada game po noon nung sinasama ko ng tatay ko. Then, tinanong niya ako, sabi niya, anak, sino gusto mo dyan? Yun nga sa Pure Foods Alaska. Tapos, sabi ko, doon ako sa Alaska kasi alam kong Pure Foods kay. Yun, para lang may makalaban si Papa. Tapos para simula nun, ang hindi ko makalimutan nung game na yung coach, yung pagpanalo mo sa free throw. Yung dalawang free throw mo nung na-foul ka ni Bong Ravena.
Yes.
Yan. Tapos simula nun, parang naging high school ako. Ang ginagawa ko nag-iipon ako ng pera para lang makapanood nung high school ako. Manonood ako mag-isa para lang makasuporta sa Alaska. Yun. Tapos
Thank you.
Yun po. Tapos yung sumunod po, doon ko rin nakilala si Mrs. dahil sa Alaska. Alaska fan din po siya.
Talaga?
Apo. Tapos ang
Sa game
ko,
kayo mismo nag-meet?
bali po may isang group ng ng Alaska na doon ko po siya nakilala dahil Alaska fan din siya. Ayun, tas pag sumusuporta kami na nanonood, lumalabas kami. Tapos nanonood kami ng live palagi. Hanggang sa naging asawa ko na siya din. Nagkaanak kami. Ang pinangalan namin Jace.
Nice. All right. That's actually a great story. Thank you for sharing, Jeff. We appreciate your loyalty, for this whole time.
Yes,
yeah, if you have a chance,
hopefully makapanood na po kami sa hoops, then makapanood na po ulit kami ng live game sa inyo.
Yes. So make sure, once we start practice again, and medyo nag-relax na tong natin, yung situation natin ngayon. I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but I'll share it now. When I took over in September, we changed our practices where it's open for friends and fans to watch. So if you're nearby, you just have to let us know early, and you're more than welcome to watch. So pag may chance ka, Jeff, to watch, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to have you come to practice in the game.
Yes, coach. Nakapanood po kami ng mga tune-up games nyo against Korea.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Nakapanood po kami.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Okay po.
Thank you for your loyalty. Say thanks
Thank
to your
you.
dad also.
Okay.
All right. And then last but not least, we have Nino. Thank you for patiently waiting, Nino. No? So where are you from and your question, please?
Hi everyone. Hi coach. Hello.
Hi. Go ahead.
I'm from CDO coach, and I started becoming an Alaska assistant way back mga 13-14 coach. My question is for you and Coach Tony. Every game po, how do you motivate the players?
Good question. Coach Tony, you start.
I don't think you really have to motivate them. They all want to win. I mean, that's why they're all here. They're all motivated enough to get to the PBA. I think Jeron said it earlier. Everyone's a professional, and I think you have a big problem if you have to motivate a professional basketball player. So they're all pretty motivated. I think it's just pointing their motivation in the right direction. And we talked about it earlier about everyone being on the same page. Everyone, laser focus. What's our game plan? So I don't think motivation is ever really a problem with any of the players, especially on Alaska. They're all very motivated. You might have that in some PBA teams, but for Alaska, I don't think I've ever encountered a player that didn't want to win or didn't want to, play. Everyone wants to win. So our number one goal is to win a championship.
Yeah, absolutely. What I'd like to add, Nino, great question, by the way, is I totally agree with Coach Tony that motivation really isn't something you need to continuously, have to kind of encourage with the team, with the players especially. I think the number one thing that we do is really just try to prepare them as best as they can, no? So we spend a lot of time talking about details and putting our energy and focus on the small details, because it's those small details that happen so quickly during the game that we want them to be ready for. So if anything, it's really more preparation, having the guys relax and hoping that they'll come in and play at a high level each and every day. That's really the focus of the guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for your question, Nino. We appreciate it. If you notice, guys, a lot of our friends who joined us today are from out of Manila, or from the province, no? So there is really a following. When we would play a lot of our games out of town, there's usually a big group that's there supporting us, and we appreciate everyone. Does anyone want to say anything to our friends who are here with us? Just one last message to them before we hang up the session. So how about we start with Utes?
Mga kasama namin ngayon dito sa Gambit Day Sets, maraming salamat po dahil po sa pagsuporta nyo. Sana po huwag kayong magsawang suportahan lagi yung Alaska. Sana po keep safe po tayo ngayon. Thank you.
Thanks, Utes. MJ?
Hi sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon, especially sa mga mahal naming fans ng Alaska. Maraming salamat sa suporta nyo. Manalo matalo, nandiyan pa rin talaga kayo. Pinapakita nyo na talaga mahal na mahal nyo kami. Ngayon, mag-ingat kayo, stay healthy, and stay home lang. Matatapos din to. Dasal-dasal lang tayo. Thank you.
Thanks, MJ. Robbie?
Yeah, just wanted to say thank you guys. Just going back to the question about the bathrooms and the trash talk, it's also your guys' support that motivates us as well. So, keep supporting. It doesn't go unnoticed. We see that it helps us. So just thank you for all supporting, and God bless.
Thanks, Robbie. Jeron?
Ay, sa mga friends natin kasama dito, si Andrew, Jeff, Emil, Nino, tsaka kay Galaxy J6. Maraming salamat sa suporta nyo. Dahil sa inyo, parang ang sarap maglaro na may mga Alaska fans na solid talaga na sumusupport sa amin. Parang sobrang thankful talaga kami sa inyo. And pinapamiss yung basketball sa amin ngayon. Sobrang sarap na maglaro ng basketball Pero we really appreciate you guys. And sana be patient with us lang. We're really working hard. As players, we do extra para to really bring back the glory days of Alaska. Kasi parang feel namin na dahil sa inyo, mga loyal supporters, na you guys deserve din to cheer for a winning team na sana mabalik yung, kasi alam natin si Coach Jeff at si Coach Tony, legends na ng Alaska to, multiple championships. Pero kami medyo konti, si Kuya JB, Kuya Sonny lang ata nag-champion sa amin sa existing lineup. So really wanna make you proud. And sana be patient lang with us. We'll really work hard. We'll really give our best. And sana pa nag-start na yung conference, samahan nyo kami sa journey. Kasama namin kayo. We will need your support para ma-achieve natin yung gusto namin ma-achieve. And that is winning a championship. So be patient lang. Thank you. Maraming salamat.
Thanks, Jeron. Coach Tony?
I say this every week. I'll say it again. We have the best fans in the PBA. I truly believe that. You guys stick with us no matter what. And I agree with Jeron. You guys deserve to cheer for a winning team, and this is exactly what all of us here want to do. We want to win no matter what, but we want to do it the right way, and we're going to do it the right way. So again, thank you so much. Please stay safe, and special shout out to all the frontliners again, and all the people out there helping to keep the Philippines safe. And we just pray that everyone stays safe and we get back to basketball soon.
Okay. Before my final words, I think Andrew wants to say something real quick. Andrew, go ahead.
Hello, I just want to greet yung pinakamagandang babae sa buong Alaska, si Ma'am CK. Hi Ma'am CK, hello po. Tsaka may pinapasabi siya kay MJ. Kailan mo ba daw ihahatid yung cheese pimento niya? Yun lang. Thank you.
Hanggang dito umabot pa yung cheese pimento.
Patay tayo dyan.
Hey guys, so honestly, this was really a great session. Rob, Utes, MJ, Coach Tony, Jeron, thank you for just being honest, like you guys always are, for willing to share things and giving our fans and our friends, a little bit of your thinking and how you do things and your approach to things. I'm sure them watching you on the court and them getting to know you a little bit like this off the court really makes a big difference. I'd like to repeat to all our friends who are here today, Andrew, John, Jeff, Nino, and Emil, thank you for your undivided support. To everyone also watching on Facebook, our Facebook page, thank you for your undivided support and always, coming to the game, cheering us on, and giving us that extra encouragement. We really appreciate you. We hope you'll be with us in this journey, like Jeron said. We know it's not going to be easy, but we are giving our best, and we will give our best each and every day. So again, God bless, stay safe, everyone, and hope to see you all soon. All right?
All right, Coach Jeff,
Thanks,
I want
guys.
a quick plug.
Go ahead.
For all the fans, we're going to have Alaska Power Camp online coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. Tell your friends, tell your family. We have to obviously do it different this year because of the COVID-19 situation, but Alaska will continue to support its grassroots program. So be on the lookout for Alaska Power Camp online.
Okay, we'll end this, guys, the way we end practice in our games each and every day. So we'll put our fist up and we'll say together on three. So everyone put their hand up. I kind of missed this. Together on three. 1, 2, 3.
Together. Be safe.
Stay
All
safe,
right,
guys.
thanks everyone. Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Thank you.
Ingat.
Binabati ko si Ma'am CK. Shout out.